my senior colleague, Minister of Industries in Maharashtra government, Subhash Desai, ONGC Chief Saraf, Officer Gupta, UN Senior Official Ms. Liz Kingo, Kohli ji, Bhaskar Chatterjee, friends. मुझे कभी कभी आश्चर्य होता है कि हम ऐसे कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में इंग्लिश में क्यों बोलते हैं। सब लोग तो हिंदी समझते हैं। अब लीज किंगो नहीं समझेगी, उसको हम समझाएंगे। तो मेरा इरादा जरा दोनों भाषाओं में बात करने का है। आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टुडे that is Global Compact Network of India, a UN initiative essentially working in the field, and today we are discussing sustainable development goals, and this comprises of various companies, and that initiative shows new awareness. Earlier, the motive of business used to be only maximization of profit, nothing else. It had changed over time. And therefore, when Subhash Desai was saying that we are providing ease of doing business, I have amended it. I have slightly changed the sentence. Because we don't want to provide ease of doing business as usual. No. We will provide ease of doing responsible business. And that is what today you are here. And therefore, I thought it fit to come early in the morning from Bengaluru to here. Then I have to go in the evening to Pune again, and many programs in between. But this is really, I was reading just a news here. मुंबई में मेट्रो बन रही है। मेट्रो की कार शेड वो आरए में करने की राज्य सरकार शायद सोच रही है। जो भी कहाँ करना, मुंबई एक ऐसा आइलैंड है कि जहाँ जगह की अब कमी है, मनुष्यों की आबादी बहुत है और तीनों तरफ से सागर किनारा है। अब ये बढ़ नहीं सकता। एक बार 60 के दशक में रिक्लेमेशन हो गया, अब उसके बाद नया रिक्लेमेशन तो नहीं हुआ है, दुनिया कर रही है। यानी दुबई में, या मैंने अभी सीआरजेड का हम रिव्यू कर रहे हैं तो इसके लिए स्टडी कर रहे हैं, तो दुनिया में कितने देशों ने कैसे कैसे उपाय खोजे हैं, लेकिन मैं उस विषय में नहीं जाऊंगा। वहां एक मेट्रो, तो मैंने न्यूज क्या पढ़ी, बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ कुछ भी विवाद तैयार होना बड़ा लाजमी होता है, सहज संभव है। What is the complaint ki that 350 trees will have to be cut? अब the issue is पेड़ ज्यादा कटने नहीं चाहिए, ये सही है, लेकिन उसके लिए विकास नहीं रुकेगा, विकास नहीं रुकना चाहिए। तो विकास भी हो, पेड़ भी ना टूटे, और जितने पेड़ काटने पड़े उससे ज्यादा पेड़ कैसे अच्छे तरह से लगे, इसके भी उपाय। आई थिंक दैट्स द सस्टेनेबल वे ऑफ थिंकिंग। मैं पहले एक बताना चाहता हूं, एक प्रकृति का भी रहस्य है। जो संगीत की आराधना करते हैं उनको मालूम है कि बिना आघात नाद नहीं प्रकट होता, वो आघात होने से नाद आता है। तो वो संगीत बजना है तो उसके लिए थोड़ा आघात होगा, लेकिन वो आघात सस्टेनेबल होना चाहिए, उससे संगीत पैदा होना चाहिए। कैसे होता है? अब क्या उपाय है आरए मेट्रो में? अरे भाई, अभी तो नया टेक्नोलॉजी आई है, जो अच्छे पेड़ है और जो 50-60 साल के हो गए हैं, अच्छे हैं, और भी 100 साल रह सकते हैं, ऐसे रेयर ट्रीज है, उनको मूल से निकाल कर दूसरी जगह रीप्लांट कर सकते हैं. We have done it at many places. I saw this in many cities in India. And the whole Delhi Metro story is about that. When Delhi Metro's first station was to be built, some NGOs and activists came and opposed. You are cutting trees. 12 years down the line, what has happened? The trees were, many of the trees which were rare and good, they were replanted, taken mechanically out with complete root system, planted it, and 90%, 95% survival, and they have flourished. And for one cut tree, they have planted 5 trees. And I saw in one state yesterday, that's very good. The CM said that only 8 feet grown plant will be planted for afforestation. Because then the survival rate grows. If you plant only a small plant in a plastic थैली में लगाया एक प्लांट, तो वो फिर ग्रो होना 4 साल, उसको देखभाल करना बहुत कठिन होता है. But that is the new methodology. And what happened ultimately 12 years down the lane after metro started in 2002 or 2003, what we have seen is now there are more than 200 stations, 2 million people are being taken. This is world's best metro system today, and we have grown more trees than cut trees, and we have survived all the rare trees which needed to be replanted. So that is the way of sustainable development. That is how development has to be sustainable. We played with nature in a business as usual scenario. And that's what we are paying price for. If today we are experiencing, as Subhash Desai was saying, floods, untimely rains, more floods. Floods used to come 10,000 years ago also. But now the frequency has increased, ferocity has increased. Floods, droughts, untimely rains, and many other things. Why this is happening? Because of global temperature rise of nearly 1 degree now. Because it is much more than 0.8 degree. So it is nearly 1 degree temperature rise. This has caused by emissions, carbon emissions, for over 150 years since Industrial Revolution. And that 150 years, the developed world, because of ignorance, I can give that benefit of doubt, but went ahead in a business as usual scenario without bothering about atmosphere, because nobody was knowing that such climate change happens. But now it has happened and we are suffering. We are not part of the problem. For today's 1 degree temperature rise, the cumulative responsibility of last 100 years is 30% is America, 50% is Europe and Canada and Australia and developed world, 10% is China, 3% is India, is only 3%. But our Prime Minister is passionate on this subject, and therefore he says that though we are not part of the problem, India will be part of solution, and that is the approach with which we are going ahead. So our commitment towards sustainable development is full and final, and it is reflected in every program of government. Even budget presented by Arun Jaitley, I will call it as a green budget because of green initiatives in it. As Gupta ji was saying that 50 million LPG to the below poverty line families who are cooking today, the women are cooking with firewood. The smoke is dangerous and damaging her and health of the family, as if 400 cigarettes are burnt there. So that is inhaling that kind of smoke. And we are now, it's a real social partnership, where the affordable, those who can afford LPG without subsidy are giving it up. 8 million people. That's the first time revolution has happened. Otherwise, we always look to the government that it will give something, it will give something, it will give something. अरे we have to also give something. क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ एक बहुत अच्छा कहा है, माता भूमि पुत्रो हम पृथिव्या, अर्थ इज माय मदर, आई एम हर सन. और महात्मा गांधी हमेशा कहते थे कि earth is not our property. We have not inherited earth. It's on loan from the future generation and we must give them back a little as we have inherited, or at least little better earth. We have to make it and give it to them. That's the commitment. And therefore, some initiatives I'll just mention beyond this 5 crore, and we are starting. So every day, 5,000 new homes will not be cutting trees for firewood. And in all, in next 1,000 days, 5 crore people, 50 million people will have these LPG connections, which are using today only firewood. That's a great revolution. Our Prime Minister's commitment about renewable energy, 175 gigawatts of renewable energy, 100,000 gigawatts, 100 gigawatts of solar energy, 60 gigawatts of wind energy. We have taken a decision to produce now, allowing wind energy onshore also. So it's offshore, onshore, both allowed. It's allowed, and then biomass energy, then hydropower energy, and we have also a nuclear energy program, because there are issues to be discussed in nuclear, but not environmentally it is friendly. And so there are many issues, many ways. So our commitment for renewable is final. And we have taxed this time in budget, has taxed coal per ton 400 rupees, that is exactly $6. No country in the world has taxed its coal by $6 a ton. America has probably $1. Many other countries are $1 or $1.5. And I believe that if developed world follows India's example and levies coal $6 per ton as cess, it will generate $100 billion to mitigate the challenge of climate change and provide for developing world what the developed world has committed. That's the great point. The whole Swachh Bharat ka irada kar liya humne. That Swachh Bharat concept of Prime Minister has taken root. And now, from next fortnight, I will bring in, I have already changed all the waste management rules, be it e-waste management rules, solid waste management rules, biomedical waste management rule, hazardous waste management rule, plastic waste management rules, and more importantly, newly first time in India, construction and demolition waste management rules. So we are changing the whole waste management system in the world. That's the basis. It benefits in health, but benefits for environment. That is what we were lacking. The whole 200 million people got included into the banking system with Jan Dhan Yojana. It's also a big step in sustainable development, because ultimately we have to eradicate poverty. Yesterday we have passed Aadhaar bill in Parliament, and in Rajya Sabha also it will be passed. And what it will happen? It gives the new credibility to the system of direct benefit transfer into the accounts. The whole benefit, the leakages will go on, leakages will go, and benefits will flow. The budget has also provided for incentivizing the hybrid cars, incentivizing the battery-operated cars, electrical cars, by providing subsidy, and taxing levies on usual cars, which petrol, and more so for diesel and SUVs. So we are going in the right direction. We have already decided to prepone fuel norms and vehicle norms to Euro 6 by skipping Euro 5 step in between and bringing it, preponing from 24, which was the original target, to up to 2020. And that's a big thing. That will reduce vehicular pollution by 90%. In next 1,000 days, we will be entering into that regime. And government is investing 60,000 crores in fuel efficiency, in converting the fuel to Euro 6. I have brought a bill, and that will also be passed in this session, because this session unusually is going very steady, and good things, touch wood, that every day bills are getting passed. So that's a good sign for, ultimately democracy and wisdom prevails. And I believe in that. So the CAMPA, the Compensatory Afforestation Fund, which is generated every year, which was to be used for plantation, was deposited only in banks and was not used on the ground. We have brought the bill, and we will release 40,000 crore, more than $6 billion for afforestation. So on one hand, we are avoiding cutting of trees by giving LPG, and we are having more afforestation. So creating 2 billion tons of carbon equivalent, that is what we are aiming. And that is what we have given in our INDCs. So all these initiatives, housing for all and health and everything, are all in a sustainable development goals which have been adopted in New York. So, last I'll just say one thing. As he said, we are providing ease of doing, responsible business. Environmental governance, environment was a roadblock, unfortunately, for last 10 years. And what happened? I have calculated now, last 20 months, we have given environmental approvals with adequate environmental safeguards to more than 900 projects, in which investment which is unlocked now is 6,40,000 crores. It's a huge investment which we have unlocked, otherwise which was locked. The earlier 10 years average of environmental clearance, to get environmental clearance, it used to take 600 days. Now we have come to 190 days, and we are going ahead. We are going ahead, and I promise you that soon we will come to 100 days. You apply with full information. We'll give you environmental safeguards, what you conditions to have the environmental governance, and then we will give you permission in 100 days. But that sustainability we have to think always. That sustainable development is our goal. Shoshan nahi hoga, dohan hoga. We have to use nature, not exploit nature. And to that end, we think nature and our life as one. Unless we think in that term, we can't achieve the goal of sustainable development. And I am sure that though India is not part of the problem, we will become a leader in providing part of solution. That's our commitment under Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you very much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this document is now live as we speak, both on the UNGC website. Thank you very much. Thank you.